I'm back. Welcome to the Lion Tamer podcast, a sacred space for us girls to get together and honor our femininity, celebrate our uniqueness, magnify our power, talk about men. Not always in a negative way either. Have a little fun. Girls love to have fun. I know I do. I am your host, Sarah Joyner, a recovering masculine energy woman who is now really fascinated with feminine energy and what it means to be a lady and how that can guide your life into a great adventure. Um, I had like a divine feminine awakening, I guess that's what we're calling it, this year. And I realized that, all the traits necessary for me to be successful in this man's world were not necessary the traits that would make me successful as a wife, as a friend, as a sister, as a daughter, as a feminine leader. And I want to share what I've learned with you guys. Like, that's my whole objective. I just want to share what I have learned. And today, we are going to talk about what does it mean to be a high value woman. And really, I've identified 5 traits that make you a high value woman. And if you notice, get up close, I am completely makeup free, barefaced. And this is intentional. My last video I was makeup free, that was intentional. This is intentional. Because for most of us, we place so much value on our outer beauty. And as a woman, what makes you a high value woman, what makes you a high quality woman to a man in this context, to a good man, is not, I would say, okay, 20% of your physical beauty is what a man thinks is great about you. But what keeps him around, what makes him want to commit to you, what makes him want to protect and provide for you, be loyal to you, are these 5 traits that I'm going to talk about today. Okay, and if you notice, right in the background, I have my little swag. Actually, my brother got me this for my birthday, and it's like the coolest, sweetest gift ever. When my brother's girlfriend, he said, got it from me. You can't see if I put it up close, the light ruins it. But basically, it's like the promo to my book. I am an author, self-published author, #trash. Released the book in December of 2018. And all this year, 2019, been selling the book and having fun with that. And he got me for Christmas yesterday. Christmas was yesterday. Showing off my Christmas gifts before we get into this lovely content. He got me a bottle of wine and a bag with my book promo swagged on it. This just makes me so happy. And it's like the most thoughtful gift ever. And I wish it was just clearer. Maybe I'll take a picture and have like a actual image of it in the video. So let's get into what I believe are the 5 pillars of a high quality, high value woman. Okay? And I'm going to start backwards. The number 5 trait would be to independent and self-sufficient. Now, I'm going to make another video about feminine principles and femininity, what it means to be feminine. Traditionally, it is not independence. It's dependence, right? But what I realized is what makes you a high-value woman. We're talking about being a high-value woman to a good man is having your own thing, like having your own life, being self-sufficient, and not necessarily meaning you got to be like a career-driven, super career-focused, hyper career-focused person, but you definitely need to be able to maintain your exterior beauty. Like for me, that would be, I'm pretty high maintenance, so maintaining my own appearance, my hair, my nails, my eyelashes, my fashion, my need to shop, being able to maintain an independent place if I'm not living with a man yet, being able to maintain my own vehicle as far as the car note and insurance. I don't mean like changing tires, changing oil, or anything like that, but being completely self-sufficient. Everything it takes for you to feel like you are a respectable adult in the world, being self-sufficient as an adult, you should be able to maintain that all by yourself. So I think that that is a quality that good men value in a woman. Okay? Number 4 would be true appreciation of masculinity. So if you were raised like I was raised, be independent. You don't need no man. Be independent. And then, I grew up in the hip hop era of Little Kim, and how if she talked in music, F dudes, get money, just not appreciating. And then all men are dogs, like having that thought process, that deep belief that all men are dogs means that you don't really appreciate masculinity. And you've had some horrible experiences that cause you to think like, trust me, I know, because I've experienced some things from men that, charges me that, I've experienced some things from men that would make me feel like, I don't need this. I don't have time for this. Ain't nobody got time for that, in other words. So having a deep appreciation, like being able to overcome those negative subconscious thoughts about masculinity and about men, is something that a man can appreciate. Like, do you appreciate that this man provides for you, is protecting you, that he walks on the outside of the street when you guys are walking down the street together? Do you appreciate that he wants to pull out your chairs, that he wants to treat you delicately, that he doesn't want to curse around you? Do you appreciate that he loves sports and, needs his guy time, wants to spend time with the fellas? Do you appreciate that as a masculine man, he may not be able to communicate as much as you want to communicate as a feminine woman? Like, being able to truly appreciate what makes a man proud of himself, which is hardworking, building a successful business, being a successful athlete at some point in his life, maybe not in adulthood, but even in teen. Do you appreciate the things that he finds value in as a man? And then you can express that to a man like, oh, I just really appreciate how you take care of me. I really appreciate how I feel so safe around you. I really appreciate, or you make me feel so safe around you. And I love how you protect me. And I love how I know I'm secure with you. I love how you do sweet things like this date you planned, or how you've taken care of the household expenses and that sort of thing. Like, do you really appreciate his masculinity? And when you can truly appreciate a man's masculinity and then express that to him freely, in his eyes, that takes you up a notch from like being just like a very physically attractive woman to being someone that could warm his little heart up and make him want to hand it to you on a silver platter. So that is the number 4 trait. I truly believe that being a high value woman requires some appreciation of masculine energy, right? Number 3, the ability to nurture. So, and express vulnerability, because that nurturing trait that most women have innately is also requires you to be vulnerable. So, if you're a hard woman, if you are used to doing everything by yourself, you clawed your way up through corporate America, or built successful hair salon from scratch, you might have developed some traits that are not very vulnerable, that are closed off, that are really walled off from expressing your emotion. You might even communicate very directly, very strongly like a man. You are not comfortable with cleaning up after your man. You're not comfortable with cooking for your man, preparing his plate, serving it to him. You're not comfortable taking care of him when he's sick. You're not comfortable going into his house and recognizing some areas that need improvement, like maybe adding rugs to the floor. You notice he doesn't have any bathroom rugs because he's living like a savage man. And as a woman, you come in and you can nurture that environment and make it more warmer, make his environment warmer. I believe that when you are okay doing these things, men really see the value in that. Like, they love to know that their woman's going to take care of them. Like playing in his hair, if he lays across your lap, rubbing his back till he falls asleep, rubbing his feet, manicure, pedicures on him yourself or taking him to the shop, but you're nurturing him and you're doing it freely and from your heart. And I think when you do that for a good man, he really looks at you like, wow, this lady adds value to my life and I want her around. Here's my heart, you can have it. So, you know, and that's what this channel is all about. Being a lion tamer. You want to tame these lions, girl, you have to be nurturing. You have to be vulnerable. You have to be able to let him know you appreciate him without feeling any pride about that. The number 2 tip is self-love and confidence, right? So I just talked about being humble enough to nurture your man and do things for him. And that's kind of like contradictory to confidence, because confidence would be like, you know who I am, I'm a queen, you gonna treat me a certain way, this, that, and the other. That is more on the conceited side. So you gotta find that happy balance between conceit and just being very confident. And being very confident is able to say what you need in a way that is not offensive to your man. Hopefully you study him so that you can learn the ways that best work in communicating with him. And being able to say when you don't like something that he's done in a way that's confident but not abrasive or harsh. Or, you know, being able to walk into a room with anything on and feel like the room is blessed because you're in the room. Being confident walking into the room, knowing that you add value into a room when you walk into the room. Having great posture, you know, having great eye contact. All these things communicate confidence. And confidence equals self-worth. Like you are aware of what you can offer the world and you love that about yourself. So confidence is also, you know, self-love, like being totally enamored with yourself. Self-love is total fascination with yourself, total acceptance of who you are, acceptance of your past, acceptance of your present, acceptance of your future. You know, self-love, the way that you love yourself communicates to a man the way that he needs to love you, right? So if you take care of yourself, you know, you keep yourself smelling good, looking good, your belly's full, your gas tank is full, you know, you have goals and you're working towards those goals, you're researching to find out the necessary resources necessary to make your goals happen. Like, that is a woman who is in love with herself, who's in love with the thoughts that she has about herself, who self-love is also embracing your insecurities, embracing the fact that you have anxiety, embracing the fact that you get emotional about things or that maybe you can overreact. You know this about yourself. You've taken personal inventory about who you are and all the traits that make you who you are, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you love them anyways. And then you learn to manage the negative traits in a way that, you know, will help you live your best life, girl, because we have to live our best life. Don't let your insecurities ruin things for you. Just a little another tip. We'll talk about that later. But self-love is so sexy to a man. Confidence is so sexy to a man. Like, when a woman who is like not afraid to make a video with no makeup on, you know, who is not afraid to slip into the little slang that I slip into, the way that I speak, going from proper English to slang, and will do that in any room. I'm just very confident, and I've noticed at my studies and my research outside of my personal experience that confidence attracts good men, self-love attracts good men, and it also keeps them. So you need to be able to love yourself, all that you are, all of your imperfections, whatever they are, embrace them, because they make you who you are, and you are enough, period. And then the number one trait of a high-value woman, which is something that I think is a key to life, not being afraid to walk away when you are not being treated the way that you want to be treated. So we may have been, or myself, I know I learned to fight. So if you were treating me in a way that I felt was disrespectful, in a way that I felt I did not like, I would confront you about it, you know, try to read you about it, probably curse you out a little bit, and, you know, whatever that exchange results in, which is typically somebody arguing back and forth, you know, I would be here for it. I'd be here to argue. But as a lady, I realized that is not the best way to communicate that you have had enough when dealing with another person, especially with a alpha man, a high value man. And we could talk about what a high value man is in my next video. But you can't consistently be debating and arguing, trying to get this man to treat you the way that you want to be treated. I think the best way to communicate that you have, after of course you say plainly, directly, and softly, whatever your issue is, whether it be, you know, I really don't like that when we're at dinner together, you're always on your phone. It makes me feel like you don't value my presence, or it makes you feel like you're not interested in me. Or I really don't like that you're always late paying the light bill. The lights get cut off. Or I really don't like that when you talk to me, you curse every other word and you yell when you get upset at me. It makes me feel afraid. It makes me feel scared. It makes me feel like you could harm me. You know, you should be able to say what your issue is, what you don't like, and if that does not correct the behavior, then you got to be okay to walk away. I really don't like that there are women texting my phone, or it makes me feel like you're cheating on me. I really don't like, you know, there's a woman in my DM talking about she knows you. You know, you have to be okay to walk away after you've communicated something about a behavior that does not work for you. You have to be okay to walk away and not walk away with regret. Like, oh, you know, I'm never going to find another man like him, or it's so hard out here. I need to just accept whatever, you know, so you go and have a pity party all by yourself and then go back to him. No. I mean, put your foot down, walk away with confidence in knowing that I made a decision that was best for me. I did not like whatever was going on in that situation. It was disrespectful to me. It made me feel afraid. It did not make me feel safe. It was against my core values, whatever they are. So I had to walk away, and I'm walking away knowing that I chose to do something that was best for me, and I feel really good when I do things that are best for me. So those are my tips, ladies. Now, I'm going to just repeat them so we can keep them etched in your mind and take notes. You know, be independent, be self-sufficient. Do whatever it takes to be able to maintain you. Truly appreciate masculine energy, being able to express that appreciation. Be vulnerable, be able to be vulnerable. Be nurturing. Nurture the environment you're in. Nurture the people that you're around. Give lots of hugs and affection. Self-love. Be confident. Love yourself, girl. Good, bad, and the ugly. Love it all, because you are enough with everything that you have, period. Have a willingness to walk away when you're not being treated the way that you want to be treated. And those are my top 5 traits of what I believe, or top 5 pillars of being a high value woman. All right, ladies. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I would really love for you to click the like button on YouTube, hit subscribe, follow me, make comments. My name is Sarah Joyner, the Lion Tamer podcast, and I will talk to you girls a little later. Bye-bye.